Alright, y'all forgive me for having to do this on my phone. This is the third time I'm trying to record this video. So I'm pretty sure that what I'm trying to tell y'all in this is accurate. Just like before when I was trying to record the dream I had about the massacre, the school massacre, it kept blocking me. And on the video where I was trying to do the video of the Hat Man, it kept blocking me in between different devices with the webcam and then with my other camera and then with the phone and stuff. And it took me several tries on all those videos. And now on this one, it's taken me, this is my third try, and I'm using my phone. So, y'all forgive me. But something doesn't want y'all to know this information. And it's really important information, so you're about to find out exactly why. And now remember the dream I had 6 days ago, and I did the video on that, posted that 6 days ago, the very morning of when I had the dream. I don't remember if I said all the details of the dream during that video, but basically it was the dream of a school massacre taking place, and it was like I was in a cafeteria when it began, and then it ended up being to where, like, I saw the shooting and all that taking place, and then the person who was shooting went into, actually there was more than one person shooting, y'all. I don't think I said that either. There was more than one person shooting people in this school. And they went from the cafeteria. I did not get shot in the dream, but they were shooting people in the cafeteria where I was. And then from there, they went across the hall into the auditorium. And, like, I saw them go in there. And I heard them shooting and stuff in there as well. And then that dream ended. And it took me to the next dream, y'all. But that's basically how that whole dream went. To summarize it. And I don't know if I said all those details in the last video that I did about this, y'all. I've been up all night. I'm sorry. I've been up all night watching these news stories about what's going on in Paris and stuff like that right now. And I'm really starting to think that maybe my dream was actually symbolically warning me of what's happening in Paris. Because of the auditorium part. When I was researching that and reading all these news articles and stuff, they're talking about how this one concert hall / theater venue, and I don't know how to say the word because it's in French, y'all, but you can look it up. It's like the main place of where all of this, not all of it, but where a major part of it was taking place. And it was at this concert hall where there was an American band playing there. And it just, a massacre started with, I think they said 80-something people died for sure. So it was a huge massacre. And it was in an auditorium / concert hall / theater venue. So I think that my dream was symbolically telling me of like this massacre. But for some reason it showed me happening. You know, in these dreams, a lot of these dreams, they use your own memories to communicate symbols to you and stuff like that. So, in the dream, this school that I was at reminded me, it looked very similar to how in real life, how my high school looked. Because in my high school that I went to, we had a cafeteria, and right across the hall was an auditorium. So it could have been that the spirits were just using my own memories to show me what was coming. Because they'll do that. They'll use your own thoughts and your own memories to communicate to you. In case you don't know that. Now, why are they blocking this video from being posted? That's what I'm going to get into next. You know, because in that dream, and then when I woke up from it, and I had that sleep paralysis state, and there was those demons in my room, and I was under the impression that they were the ones that gave me the dream, and that it was going to be their doing when this massacre took place. So basically, I think that this entire Paris massacre, you know, and plus it just happened 6 days after I had this whole dream, so it's not too much of a reach for me to connect the dots like this, y'all. I think that those demons don't want me to reveal that they're responsible for this massacre. They don't want it to be revealed that there's spiritual warfare going on. So basically, they try to block these videos from being made. And also too, that means that this entire Paris massacre was staged and planned out by the demonic forces, and probably by living sorcerers and stuff in the shadow governments. Because they plan out a lot of things to be giant, massive rituals of blood sacrifice. So, I mean, y'all can say this is a conspiracy theory or whatever. I mean, oh well. But this is what I think. And I'm just sharing it with you guys. So, with the shadow government and stuff like that, they do all have sorcerers, and that type of magic is what they practice to manipulate and control. Y'all read the Satanic Bible, okay? Go read the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey, and you'll see how it's all about manipulation and low magic and seduction magic. Manipulation is done through persuasion, seduction, and fear, okay? And so every time that they do these massive rituals of blood sacrifice and stuff, they always take more power to themselves during this time. So, I mean, if you don't believe it, just watch. Watch what goes on with the government in Paris right after this. You're going to see that they're going to start to claim more government powers and stuff like that. This is what they do, you know. It's just like in the ancient times when they had the witch hunts, okay? They horrified people of these witches that were mostly not even really witches. They were just, you know, not even real at all. And they got people horrified to give up their rights and to submit to some kind of leader or authority, which back then was the church. So understand that it's the same game that they're playing now. They're just using a different venue. Instead of saying it's the church, now they're saying it's the government. It's the same thing. There are these people who really don't have any solutions to your problems whatsoever. And they just want to rule you anyways. So, you know, that's just how this whole thing is set up with the matrix systems and stuff. But what they don't want me to share is about the blood sacrifice that this is. And I know some of y'all are going to say that I'm insensitive for talking about this or whatever. I assure you that's, like, not the truth. I am compassionate and empathetic towards everyone who lost family and towards everyone who died, okay? But at the same time, I'm aware of this stuff, and I need to share it with you guys. that it is a giant blood sacrifice. And, the spirits have revealed this to me. They've warned me about it, and I need to share it with you guys. So, basically, they're going to be using the energy of this blood sacrifice, okay? When someone dies, automatically a portal to the underworld realm opens to permit that spirit to cross over. So automatically, when any one thing dies, a portal opens for its spirit to cross over. So imagine when, in these massacres, when a whole bunch of people all die at once, and it's in a horrified state of consciousness, that's releasing a lot of like fear energy. It just amplifies. Okay, guys, like there was probably like 100 people or more that died all together, all in one night, and it was a night of terror and fear, and so all of that energy was released. All of the energy of that death was released, and all of this portal, those portals were opened from each person, and it's collectively opened a massive portal, okay? And you better believe that these shadow government, global sorcerer government, whatever you want to call it, these sorcerers who run everything, through manipulation and all of that, they do also have a spiritual power. It's not just physical manipulation, okay? It's not just manipulation with words and deception of what they show you. It's a spiritual power too. So they're going to be tapping into this energy, okay? They set this up to happen so that they can harvest and use the energy of it. So, I'm seeing all these people on Facebook posting, pray for Paris, pray for Paris, pray. And I'm like, okay, no, that's not what you need to do. You do not need to pray for Paris, okay? What you need to do, I'm talking to the witch community here, or anyone who's like spiritual light workers, type energy workers. We don't need to be praying for Paris. What we need to do is to tap into that same energy that the sorcerers are tapping into. Because better the devil you know than the one that you don't, okay? If you're taking the energy, if you're harvesting it to you, then at least you know what you're doing with it. You can send that energy to the other side. Peaceably send it to the light, okay? That's what I'm going to do. What are these sorcerers and the shadow governments going to do with this energy? They're going to use it to fuel their own selves. They're not going to send these souls to the light. They're not going to, use this energy to help anyone. They're going to use it to fuel their own agenda and goals, okay? So, it's better that we witches, witches of the light, or gray witches, whatever you are, even dark witches. It's better that you take this energy to you and harvest it, right now while it's fresh, while those portals are open. And before these sorcerers get their hands on all of it, okay? It's better that we take some of it, if not all of it ourselves, and, use it for your own goals. Because, like I said, better the devil you know than the one that you don't. Because these people who are the sorcerers and the shadow government and stuff, they're going to turn around and use this energy against us, y'all. They're going to turn around and use it to claim more power to the government and take more of your rights away. And not to mention whatever, spiritual war they're waging upon us as well. They're going to use it for that. So, this is what they don't want me to share with you. They want to propagate all this pray for Paris BS, fluffy unicorn type shit, so that you won't think, to take the energy. You'll be thinking, oh, I'm going to pray. You're leaving the choices up to a higher power than you. And unfortunately, that higher power than you is these Illuminati, shadow government sorcerers who will claim it and take it to themselves and decide what to do with the energy. So, we've got to get up on their level, you guys. I am. Okay, I know that, but I'm saying, to you guys who need this message, you've got to think on the level of these global power players, okay? I debated whether I was going to share this on YouTube or not, because I was just going to share this to my secret group, my secret teaching group with a $35 a month subscription. But, which I did share this information to them already, but I decided I was going to go ahead and share it to YouTube, and then that's when it started blocking me. So you see, they don't want this to be too public, But, it needs to be, because, if we don't call that energy to us, if we don't use it, if we don't send those souls to the light, or whatever you're going to do with it, then you better be sure that these sorcerers are going to harvest every last drop of it and use it against you. Okay? This is really important, okay? And also, too, this is just the beginning. I'm going to be doing a video with a friend of mine, Red Earth Goddess. Y'all go check out her channel. I'm going to be doing a video with her on Hecate's Night this year, which is November 16th. So in a couple days. And we're going to be talking about prophecies and oracles of the future. Well, one thing I want to let y'all in on right now, go ahead and tell y'all in this video, is that this massacre was just the beginning, okay? There's going to be more. And, it's going to be bad, okay? And just understand that this is all the shadow government sorcerers setting it up to harvest the energy, okay? They're setting up massive sacrificial rituals so that they can use it. And I'm telling you now ahead of time. So y'all don't be shocked. And don't be scared when it happens. The fear. And see, these rituals have more effect than just the people that die, okay? They spread fear across the whole entire globe, okay? Y'all know that every person is connected to a consciousness grid around this earth, like an atmosphere. There's an actual mental. You heard that thought? It's confirming it. But there is an actual mental, spiritual. Oh my gosh. Are you done? There is an actual mental, spiritual grid, like an atmosphere around the earth, okay? And, think about it like this. There's a Wi-Fi, and a lot of people's computers pick up that Wi-Fi, a lot of people's phones, and all of that. That's how you need to look at this grid that I'm talking about, this consciousness grid. We are like the phones and the computers, okay? And then this consciousness grid is like the Wi-Fi, or like the phone signal. Alright, so think about it like that. Everything that we create with technology mimics something that's real and organic life. So, I'm sorry, y'all. My mom's yelling at the cats. But, basically, you know, there is a consciousness grid that we can tap into, and that's kind of like what I'm tapping into when I am able to prophesy and see the future and stuff like that. Or just see, you know, the present even, or just, when I say really see, it's more like perceive it consciously. But I'll talk more about that in the video that I do with Red Earth Goddess. And we're going to talk about a lot of different prophecies and oracles that I'll be sharing publicly. And I don't know if she's going to be sharing some or not too, but she asked to do an interview with me about all this. So I did get the okay from Hecate to share some certain prophecies and oracles. You know, I can't share them all publicly because some of them are meant to just be, okay? But I can share some of them and some of what's going to be coming with you guys. Now, I can share a lot more detailed prophecies and oracles in a more private audience. So that's just not publicly to like all of the world on YouTube, you know. So that's kind of why I started the secret Facebook group with the paid monthly subscription. You know, I'm using that money to save up to get my book published, but in that group I'm sharing, you know, way more intimate, the most intimate secrets of prophecy that Hecate's sharing with me. So just in case if y'all want to know that, comment, message me, add me on Facebook, and I'll get you in the group or whatever. But it's $35 a month, and it's been going on for 3 months now. So there's a fee as well for all of the past information in that group. And it's not just a group of prophecies. I'm teaching, I'm just teaching, you know, all kinds of magic in there. And I'm posting videos monthly in there that are teaching videos specifically. But anyway, this is getting way off point. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I think that, I'm pretty sure that the dream that I had 6 days ago with this massacre, that I mistook it to be a school massacre, but I'm pretty sure now that I realize that the spirits were showing me, they were more so showing me the auditorium part in the dream, and I just mistook it to be a school massacre because they were using, you know, symbols of an auditorium that were in my mind, okay, because I have not been to any kind of concert hall or theater or anything like that, other than when I was in high school, and I was in drama and theater arts and stuff like that, so that's like really in my memory. But anyway, you know, just think about what I said, and about, and don't pray for Paris, because you're leaving the choice of what's going to happen in someone else's hands, in a higher being's hands. And unfortunately, when it comes to this, there's a lot of really high-level sorcerers in the shadow governments that will consciously make that choice to use this energy how they want, and they're going to choose to use it against us. Alright, y'all. That's basically all for this video, but y'all leave a comment, let me know what you think. Alright. Blessed be.